Hey everybody, Josh Miller here with River Stone Kennels and Team Eukanuba, and here I'm with our 12-week-old puppy named Trixie. What I want to do today is go over the placeboard. The placeboard is a great tool both in the house and in the field, and we want to start working on this early on with her. We can be super successful with this, but I want to go over first off why we would use this. Okay, so we're hoping that Trixie here is going to be a waterfall dog for us. Safety is incredibly important when we are out in the duck blind. And so what this offers us is, as we work on steadiness, it offers clarity. She's going to understand that she is on this placeboard and is not supposed to move off that placeboard until she's given the cue to do so. Now on a retrieve, it's actually going to offer what I like to call our finish line. When she's coming back with that retrieve, it gives her that destination of here's where I have to get to finish my job and finish my retrieve. Now this is where we really have started using the placeboard, or back when I started using the placeboard, why I used it. But it's amazing, this tool in the house has become probably a crowd favorite for us with our clients. People love that they have a spot in the house that if they're having dinner, if they're watching TV, that they have a spot that the dog can go on, the dog can be training, can be under control. And it's just a great all-around tool for us. So what I want to do is I want to go over why we're using a board like this and show you how we start this process. So first, when you're picking out your placeboard, again, young puppy like this, we want something manageable, but we do want it up off the ground. So I'm using a dog bed here today, one, to show you that this doesn't have to be anything special, but two, to show you here that this is very defined. If we have this raised up off the ground, even just a little bit, it just adds that extra clarity to the dog that I cannot get off of this. If you use a rug or a carpet square or something like that, yes, it can be defined, but it's not as defined as this, right? We're trying to add as much clarity because really we're teaching her a new language. So the more we can help her, the more successful she's going to be. Now, we also don't want this too raised early on like this. We do have some boards we'll use out in the field that do stand quite a bit taller, but she's still young and developing. Her young body is still growing, and we don't want her jumping down consistently. We'd like to manage that from a very easy level, closer to the ground. Now, what we're going to do here is we're going to start teaching her that this is the spot to be on. And so I'm not a big treat trainer, but early on like this with these young puppies, it's great to incentivize them. They're a lot of times very food driven, and we can use that to have a very positive association and teach them quickly that this is the right place to be. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put her down, kind of get her attention. Trixie, Trixie, good, good girl. And I'm just going to entice her on this board, place. Good girl, good girl, good. Okay, come on, come here, good girl, good girl. Get her back on there, place, good. I want her getting on there herself before I name it. Good, yep, up, place, good. So she's 12 weeks old right now, but this is something that we start right when we get our puppies home. We would like to get them acclimated. It's a great way to introduce a routine and introduce training right when you get your puppy home. Now remember, this is what is going to help us allow to have a steady, calm, under control waterfall dog in the future, but this is where the foundation starts, is right here. Good girl, good girl, good girl. So the timing of when you give this reward is very important. Remember, you're teaching her a new language. She doesn't know this, and so the timing of, good girl, good girl, good girl, good girl, place, good, good. The timing of that reward right away is so crucially important to let her know that she is doing this right. Good girl. Good girl. Good. Good girl. Place. Good girl. Good girl. No discipline here. This is fun. She is a puppy. Remember, you're basically working with a preschooler. We want this to be encouraging, we want this to be fun, and we want her to enjoy this. This is something we want her to enjoy the rest of her life. That starts right now. So as your puppy gets proficient at this, you can start moving your placeboard around. You can go, maybe from inside to outside. You can start, some different environments. You can even introduce a new placeboard, maybe one that you might take into the field someday. Remember, the big picture here is we're trying to build the foundation for when we have our waterfall dog, that they're quiet, they're steady, and they're under control. We want to keep these sessions short as well. That's the other big piece too, is that we don't want to overdo it. We want to keep her interest engaged here, and we want to end with her wanting to work, right? So she's done this for a little bit here. We're going to be done. We've been successful. Now it's time to put her away and go let her be a puppy. So a few points to remember. One, make sure your place board is a well-defined area, not too high off the ground, but enough that it can be well-defined so it's easy to understand for this young puppy. Okay? The second would be keep this fun. No discipline. We're wanting this to be successful and we're wanting her to love this. The well-timed reward is a big part of this. Communicate clearly with her so she understands what it is you're asking her to do. And keep sessions short. We have a very short attention span here. We're not going to train her as if she is an adult dog. Keep it short, be successful, and then let her go on and be a puppy again. Remember, this is the foundation work that as we look forward to the big picture of this well-rounded waterfowl dog, it all starts right here.